Okay. Day 45 times three. Third try to get Heather in here. Heather, if you're still watching or still in the general vicinity, hop on and we will share with the lovely listeners and those that decide to show up. Hey, Maggie, great to see you. Your magic and how you love yourself, and today being Valentine's Day, such an important day to love ourselves and do the things that bring us joy and help other people have joy in their lives. And so I'm here and she's here, and now we are going to let Facebook do its. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Heather. I'm Facebook is doing its magic and adding you. So in a moment, there she is again. Oh wow,
Hi.
it's so good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you too, Gwen. You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I like my tree spot better, but
Yeah, I hear you. You just need a longer extension cord or something.
yeah, definitely, because it seems like the signal's really good there, but yeah, um, I don't know why it's crashing because there's plenty of battery. I've discovered that there's actually plenty of battery, but for some reason, bringing somebody in or just doing the Facebook Live for a certain period of time, it's like all of a sudden, nope, we're done. Phone's had it. Maybe it's time for a new phone or new battery because I like this phone a lot.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm on day 24. I saw that you're on day 45 of your Facebook
I
Lives.
am on day 45 of 365 days of how do I love myself today. So that's my container. Yeah.
That's a wow.
That's why I want you to be one of my special regular guests. Because you think of things like that. Wow, I never have thought of that. I'm looking forward to when Facebook figures out a way to make it so that we can read what's on people's shirts. Why don't you share what's on your shirt and how that pertains to loving yourself?
So today's a really special day, besides the fact that it's Valentine's Day. My husband and my partner Katie and I say hi, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Yay, Katie!
we, we're hosting a cuddle party, a special cuddle party tonight. And so basically, we're kind of giving up our own private Valentine's evening to hold space for others to come together and really learn how to listen inside themselves to where their yes is. We talk about all the time of people really being a complete or a hell yes to themselves. And sometimes that means they have to say no to other people outside of them so they can always maintain that yes that they have for themselves. So on Valentine's Day, I want to share that a really important way of loving yourself is to really be in tune with where your yes is. That yes that you have for yourself.
Absolutely.
So yay. And we're a yes. We're a very big yes to holding space for people to be able to think about that and play with that and have a lab around that.
And it's a really wonderful place for people. I was talking before you came on the first of the three videos where that I work with clients that are like going through divorce or separation, breakup, and loss. And one of the biggest things, I mean, even for myself, I miss just being held. Like that being spooned at night to sleep, and you provide a really safe place for people to actually get that kind of touch and to be able to ask for what they want. It's like, wow, I really miss this, and could you kiss me on the cheek? I miss that. Or that having that sweetness and the container that you provide for that is, it's so fun because you make it fun because you always add your personality. I said that I kind of teased that I'd let you share your story about being an entertainer.
Oh.
Yes, if you're willing to share that. And I mean, you're a published author, and we actually, how we met was actually through the Gratitude Book Project. And we both were authors, and we kind of connected, and then we met in person, and then years later we meet again, and now you've agreed to be a regular guest.
Yeah. You brought up some really good points. I do a lot of stuff. So
You
I'm happy to
do.
talk about it.
Yes, let's talk about it. And yeah, so great to have Maggie here. She's from Ontario, and another amazing woman does perimenopausal podcast with that with Dr. Shauna, and so she's been on a few times as well. And so I'm working on having entertainers as well as healthcare people come in and be regular guests, because who wants to watch me for 365 days say I love myself, you know?
You can't love yourself enough.
Oh, yeah,
It's
I know.
okay.
Yeah, thank you. I'm kind of judging myself there, aren't I? Oh, well. I'm getting called out constantly. So tonight you're holding space for people to cuddle inside of a really safe container with great rules and guidelines, not rules, guidelines.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm going to love myself today by saying yes to coming to that.
Yay! Okay, and I are celebrating. Yay!
Yeah, because being held and cuddled, I'm really missing that physical touch. So if you're kinesthetic and you're missing touch and you've gone through a breakup or divorce recently, and you want to, and you're in San Diego, I'm sure that Heather will share how you might get to be part of that. Would you, Heather?
Absolutely. And even outside of San Diego too, there's got to be what we call cuddle parties, and there's other places called Cuddle Sanctuary, and other groups that are basically providing space, and it's a non-sexual environment. It's
Right.
really an environment. It's interesting. We do use some free time where we get to have those needs met for like hours, but initially that setting of the container is so essential to the core piece of being able to extend your boundaries, your life, your ability to ask for what you want outside of the cuddle party environment. So if you wanted to find a party near you, you go to cuddleparty.com, and on the side there, on that side there, they've listed cuddle parties everywhere in the United States and even outside of the United States as well. And if you happen to live in San Diego, I got to tell you, you are very lucky. We have at least 4 to 5 active cuddle party facilitators up and down San Diego, from North County to South County. So there, we pretty much have a cuddle party every single weekend. Like this Sunday, there's one. You know, just lots and lots going on. And I know Katie and I and Paul have 2 twice a month. We do a classic cuddle party, which is just, you know, your essential cuddle party. And then we do a really fun one. I believe you've been at some point, Gwen. We do a tea and cuddles. So we sit around the table having high tea, and we kind of Mad Hatter it out. So we're wearing some hats and masks, and we love talking about tea and consent because we fell in love with a video that talks about it. We've started making our own videos too. But anyway, it's just loads and loads of fun. Definitely a great first cuddle party if you ever haven't been. And one more thing I want to share before I shut up, because I know I talk a lot, is that these parties, they're not meant to make you feel uncomfortable. I had both my mother and my daughter at the same party, and they both absolutely loved it.
Fantastic.
So that's the kind of environment we create.
Yeah, and I recommend yours very highly because of that, because you bring in fun and safety and the ability to get touch needs met in a very different environment than what is available to us, you know, just in society. It's like either you have friends that you can hug, but you know, it's like the A-frame and the pat on the back, you know, oh, I'm done. But to actually really find out where you are at in your body and in your touch needs, you just do such a great job for it. So I'm so grateful that you were available to come on today, because I just kind of spaced and didn't have anybody, but this was perfect. That's why it was open, because it was meant to be your spot.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I take that in a really good way, in that I've been in flow lately, when I'm not attempting to control everything, and I just allow. I mean, I create a good structure like you. I create my containers, and then I detach and relax and allow things to flow into the container. I mean, if you're a law of attraction type of person, you understand you still have to take action, but you also have to create space for the things that you want to happen, such as relationship, right? My
Absolutely.
relationship coach friend, yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. I created this space, and I even have another program coming out it's not Cuddle Party related, but it's about processing space, which is something we talk a lot about at Cuddle Party, where you if you don't really know if you're a yes and you're not sure that you're a no, we talk about saying no and then taking some time to really feel into any choice, any decision you need to make, and find out, is there a yes in there somewhere? And then go back and say yes. So this new event, which has a hypnosis in it, we use a container of chakras to go and explore like where all our answers are that we've kind of buried deep inside of us because we maybe lacked the processing time in the past to be able to think about the things that we had aha moments and then they disappeared because our attention went that way,
Yeah,
So,
and also
if
I'm thinking about in relationships where people get pressured, like, it's like tonight's Valentine's Day. So there's the expectation that, if you go out to dinner with somebody that you're going to have sex. And maybe you aren't a yes to that. Maybe you were a yes when you said yes to the date, and then the day comes and you're actually a no, or you're not sure. And if you're not sure, say no, and then look into it. Why are you a no? And I think that with the way things are in the media now, with all the men that have been called out on the carpet, that I would hope, I would trust that men are much more open to receiving a no now, and knowing that you may get a hell yes that is so wonderful and juicy down the road, or even later on, if you allow that no and just honor it and say that, that's I appreciate you being honest with me on where you want to be, because it's not fun for anybody to be in bed with somebody that's really a no. Yeah,
honoring your no definitely supercharges your yes.
exactly. Karen just joined us. Karen, hey, so good to see you. Awesome. She's from Colorado. Well, actually, I take that back. She's a Montana woman that now lives in Colorado. So really great to have you on. You're just catching the tail end, so go back and watch. Heather is just an amazing friend and guest, and we're going to have her regularly. Tell me how you pronounce your last name, Heather.
McGlasson.
McGlasson. I've always mispronounced it, so it's McGlasson. Heather McGlasson. So I'm glad I asked.
For more than half my life. So.
Yeah, I know. You have so many great stories. I'm so excited to have you be a regular guest. And so for now, we're going to just sign off. Say hi again to Katie, and happy Valentine's, you too. Happy Valentine's, Katie. Heather. Aw, yeah, and happy Valentine's to everyone. And how do you love yourself today? It's the day of love, so take really good care of yourself. Honor your yes, honor your no. And I so look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 46 of 365 days of How Do You Love Yourself Today. Bye.